Ads started for 90 seconds. Adverts have ended.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Am I jumping the gun, Baldric, or are the words, "I have a cunning plan," marching with ill-deserved confidence in the direction of this conversation?
Hello everybody, welcome on in. Good to see everyone. Hope you're doing alright. Dwarf Jester, Gone, Mr. Rambo on kick, Alchemist, welcome on in everyone. Hello, it is me. Hello, I am here. I was just looking through the patch notes. I was looking through the updates today. Yes. We have this. Don't do that. There.
What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain.
Kaz, Stoffel, hello, welcome on in. Good to see you all. Yes, hang on. Cam properties. Configure video. Why does this always reset? Stop resetting.
Get low when the whistle go.
Hello, Chrissy. Welcome on in. Right, Catalyst. Eve Catalyst. The winter update. We had Legion, and now we have Catalyst. So those of you who hadn't noticed, just in case, we've got brand new things to play with. Oh yes, new things. So there's a Prismaticite that will be available in ships in space. There's also a new command ship, Odysseus, and a Pioneer mining destroyer. Faster mining, that's cool, I like that. The 2D map that was promised in Legion finally arrives in the update afterwards. Oh well, nobody's perfect. New Epic Arc, Carriers updated apparently, and Plex logs added. Didn't even notice those ones. So yes, we have a new resource. I'm gonna play this video. Yes, mind the resource. Get her off. Yes. Interesting. We'd have to discover phased fields. Bring your fleet to harvest great riches. That's obviously our rule. Pioneer, so you have a new mining destroyer that also comes in Tech 2 versions and Consortium issue variants. Does that mean that it appears somewhere else? Who knows? You have stats. Fighting range, running yield, gas scoop. That would imply that it comes under all, but who knows? We'll see. Odysseus. That is Commander Bursts, Expedition Commander Bursts. A new exploration command ship. And conquer uncharted territory. Now, that very much looks like it fits in here. That's a SOE ship. I've heard one. That's somewhere in there for sure. That's a command ship, so I'm expecting to see that command ship in here, which makes sense. Which makes sense to me. Good morning, Bigger. Welcome on in. So we have command ships. This will be fun. And that's an SOE ship. My collection will grow. Yeah, it's got a little orb on the back. That's quite funky. It's definitely I would definitely say it's SOE because it's got a Mar. It's a battle cruiser, so it's a Mar and a Galante. So you definitely get arm resistance bonuses and 10% bonus to heavy drone, medium drone, light drone hit points and damage. Runic analyzers. Also quite good at gas cloud scoop duration. Expedition commander bursts. Those are new, obviously. Can use 2 command burst modules, covert ops cloaking device, cloak, a 0-point mass entangler, and the ship can receive bonus effects depending on the environment. Interesting. That looks all very, very, very interesting. Could also be a sex. It doesn't. Society of Conscious Thought doesn't give you bonuses depending on your levels in Amarr or Gallente. So that would limit it significantly. But to being society. What we're looking at, Boogar, why are you not paying attention? This is Catalyst. ETH Catalyst, the new expansion launching this time next month, basically 18th of November. Ooh, nice. Just got here and woke up. So you're about to see Catalyst. So Catalyst comes with a new ore. So there's phased fields. You had to dispatch a phase anchor to bind the rocks, the prismaticite, but you got to act fast before the fracture closes. A new type of erratic and extremely valuable ore refines into different minerals at random, although by using reactions to reprocess the ore you can control the outcome. So yeah, the new command sheet is Sisters of Eve. That makes more sense. Yes, that definitely makes sense. But it's Amarr Battlecruiser and Gallente Battlecruiser bonuses, so that would definitely put it on Sisters of Eve. 0-point mass entangler. Has anybody ever heard one of those? Is it something that I've missed that currently exists in the game, or is it brand new? The Expedition Command Burst is brand new. That looks quite fun. So that'll be interesting. And the fact that it gets drone bonuses as well. That looks nice. Bit of Oz. That looks cool. Faster mining cycles. Like it. Fed up with having very long mining cycles. That makes much better. While total yield remains the same, faster mining cycles will make the process more responsive and dynamic. So you still get the same amount of stuff out of the rock, but the cycles last less time, I'm guessing, which is good. That means that you get more ore, you get less ore more quickly. Mining UI and UX improvements. The mining interface has been reworked with clear real-time data and a cleaner presentation integrated into the space scene itself. New scans will work faster and give you clear color-coded readouts so you can quickly see which asteroids will be worth your while. And many more improvements have been made to the mining experience. Mining is not the one thing that I thought they would turn up with. That's a button on the side. Smexy. Do you see that? He pressed a button. There's a button on the side next to the asteroid bit there, just there. Boing, serve. Boing. Hang on. Let me scroll. Can I scratch back through that? Where's the overlay? Where's the thing? No, I'm too far back. Go away. Mining scan. Scan near mineable asteroids. Survey scanner 1 required for precise scan results. Yeah, so integrated mining scanners. That looks kind of cool. I like that. High-sec mining improved. Yay! So our Tuesday nights just got more interesting, folks. High-sec mining has never looked better. New visual updates and the return of anomaly sites to bring Omber and Kernite back to high-sec. That'll drop the prices of that. Complete them for a rare chance at high-sec mining escalations, or use your scan probes to discover hidden combat sites with valuable ore. Excellent. That's going to make our Tuesdays a little bit more intriguing. Mining mutaplasmids. Mutate your mining modules and drones for potential bonuses. The new mining mutaplasmids introduce risk and reward to industry fittings, letting you push your yield and efficiency to unexpectable extremes. With that scanner, just gives you, or type with the scanner, it gives you the quantity and the quality, I think. Yeah, that sounds quite interesting. So the map that was promised in Legion, it will finally drop in a Catalyst. Only a whole update late, but so they did say it'll be some point in Legion, so it's not that far. It's not that late. But yes, that's going to be a massive help, massive improvement. Mutated harvester drones. That's amazing. Learn the ropes of the new epic arc. Whether you're warping into New Eden for the first time or just want to explore everything with the new expansion has to offer, a new accessible and brief epic arc has got you covered. Explore and experience the new mining content through an introductory narrative journey intended to test a new way to introduce expansion content. At the end, you will have a new Pioneer mining destroyer to launch your new mining career. This new arc will introduce the Catalyst expansion to pilots of all experience levels and help the new Capsuleers set goals and discover some of the wonders of New Eden. Okay. Forgive me for being maybe a little bit pedantic, but if you're launching a new epic arc where you get mining and the new Pioneer mining ship at the end, why did you name it after a different destroyer? You could have named the expansion Eve Pioneer, but no, named it Eve Catalyst after a completely different destroyer to the one you're introducing to the game. Yeah, missed a trick there, CTP. Just saying. Hello, Captain. Plex logs. Monitor your Plex flow with the new personal Plex transaction logs, bringing transparency by showing where it comes from and how it's spent. The further iteration will display entries for the last 30 days with a cap of 2,000 entries, covering inflow and outflow. If you've got 2,000 Plex interactions in 30 days, you're you're bloody rich. I'll tell you that, either in-game or out-game. Fucking rich. Next, carriers. Carriers receive a buff to utility, a visual refresh and a reduction in manufacturing costs. These are not drastic changes, but rather incremental adjustments so we can monitor the effects and work with Capsuleers to sort of define their role in the ecosystem. Is that... It's hard to tell. If I'm entirely honest. I mean, you can see that's got Minmatar, Kaldari, Amar, and Galante, but it's hard to tell. Carriers in high sec, please. Anyone? No? Okay. Okay, guys. Enjoy your karate. But people have been waiting for a ledger for ages. I don't know where I got Plex from recently. Yes, I got Plex from my wallet. My real life wallet. Anyway. You have an opportunity for new hyperspace fractures, rare asteroids, and more mining improvements in advance by jumping into a mass test on Singularity from 1700 to 1900 UTC on the 23rd of October. That is 2 days from now. So that's Thursday night at 8 to 10 p.m. So we might start the stream on Thursday doing that. So that might be a very good place to start our stream on Thursday night, because that'll be almost bang in the middle, not quite bang in the middle of it, but since it's not in active development, this will not be a fully representative of the final product, but primarily serve as a performance test. We do have welcome feedback in design, balance, and user experience. Click out this forum post for details on the last test. Gets arrived today, 18 November. Mine and rise. So we get a mining update. That's interesting. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, Catalyst arrives. But in the meantime, we've got the link for the site so you can read it yourself. If you just literally open up the Eve, are you in game or not in game or? Oh, hang on. It's like on the landing page. I'll put that in chat. Okay, Stoffel's already there. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Stoffel. Right, let's get the mining fleet undocked and out of the way. And underway. You know the deal, guys. X up in in-game chat if you fancy jumping into the mining. I'm gonna paste in the usual. The alert. So Catalyst. Awesome. I like new news. New news is cool news. There you go. There's everybody. New news. New news. New news. My Hulk's already halfway out.
That's the sound of
The police.
Yes, indeed.
I'm really here now? I don't know, Electra, are you? That's a good question. Hello, Mr. Giggle. Welcome on in. Alright, I think we're aligned now. Oh, I see, Zlatra. Interesting. I think being connected to a VPN was messing it up. That does. He was saying. Was it Alchemist was saying that as well? And it looks like the motherboard died. Ooh. Ouchie. That's not good. My only substantial contribution was the new Sisters of Eve ship looks like a sperm. Maybe a backward sperm. Maybe a backward sperm. But yeah, I like the new, right, you know, got the ring design on the Astero, the Stratios, and the Nestor. I think the spear design looks quite good on the Destroyer. It's gonna make the tree look a bit weird. You can end up with like some. You end up with a standard branch and then a weird sort of uppy bit spike thing going on. Oh my god. It's like 20, I feel like 20 minutes to bloody target that thing. Take your time with it, you know.
Adverts started for 90 seconds.
Adverts started for 90 seconds. You open Fleet Hangar. That's awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scan again. I didn't pay enough attention to which way it will fly. It looks like the spheres at the back, I would say. If I'm being. And you have no money for me tonight. I have a Rataru disc missing in a bit that'll help me around to pick up. That's fair enough. But I'm very happy about the reduced cycle time. That was slightly annoying. That's been slightly annoying me for the last few weeks of the scanning and the mining and the stuffs. So I'm glad that that's no longer a thing. Yeah, very cool overall. I'm impressed. I'm looking.
Adverts have ended.
Thank you, Brian. I think we're in good standing. There we go. Mining has been started for the day. How are you doing on your training for stuff? That's a little wide. There we go. You don't need to be over there. There we go. A little while. So it won't. I won't get fully completed until there. Leadership 5, which is 50 days away. 50 days, 15 hours, and 22 minutes. Although that will be, it won't be quite 50 days. It'll be a lot less than that. Okay, we need to do that.
Skill training completed. Skill training completed. Skill training completed.
I'll try and get as many. I'll try and get as many as the small. That's nearly done. That's fine. Ken Park Jr., thank you very much for the follow. I wonder which thing they've announced for Catalysts will be postponed to the next expansion, is the other gem that I was denied posting. Oh, I see. I got you. Ah, we're going to introduce carrier updates. Oh, by the way, that's not coming out until the next thing. In 30 days, we're going to have some new skills to learn. That is probably true. So start saving your skill points now, he says, spending his entire selection. I'm sure we'll be alright. Just trying to finish our track, then we'll be there. No problems. I've got plenty of time. We've got the entire rest of the evening. Oh, I better compress stuff. Otherwise, we are not going to get any sort of stuff. Mining, destroy an expedition command ship, at least based on their screenshots. Yes, but mining expedition command ship should be covered with the existing skills. So there's only anything new that well, so expedition command bursts will be new. That will be new. It's an SOE ship, so as long as you can fly other SOE ships, you should be fine. So that wrong character. So yeah, that one there. And the mining destroyer, on the other hand, could be under ore. But it also said there was a consortium thing. Now, consortium lives under Edoncon, does it not? So that'll be interesting to see where that ties in. Does it come in here, and will it get squeezed into this bit? It does. We know that. That also it's flyable in alphas, so the destroyer, the pioneer, should fit here, just before the Omega cut off, and then everything else in the branches should be afterwards. So similar in status to the other ones. If you want the benefits of the ship. So the mining destroyer, yes, you'll probably need some training. There'll probably need to be some sort of training on it. But I would say the expedition command ship, because it is an SOE, as long as you've trained to levels 5 in Amar battle cruisers and Galante battle cruisers, you'll get the full benefits anyway. It's just the skills to actually use the bursts that you'll need to train. But I find it interesting that gets a bonus to command, get a bonus to gas huffing. I thought that was quite interesting. It gets bonus to gas scoops. So what have they got planned that will require you to have a gas scoop?
The asteroid is depleted.
For taking fleets of ventures into wormholes to gas cuff. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Monkey can get halfway with half a level, but ults. Yeah, probably true. But pioneers, gotcha. I kind of, yeah, not ventures. But I like. There's a couple of things in there that are sort of in the text that wasn't explicit. So, for example, they mentioned that using epic arcs as a way of introducing content for new expansions. I find that quite interesting as a nudge. Not something that they mentioned before. So, like, what that would have been for Legion, for example. Well, Barbaroga wouldn't have been an obvious choice, but it's an interesting. It is an interesting addition. What's the opposite of epic for an introductory arc? I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. Definitely interesting. And it's Tuesday. I was like, when's the next? Oh, it's today. Tuesday, everybody. Make sure it's Tuesday. Tuesday. No, that's the event track. Tuesday, everybody. Get your NES store points. Tuesday. God almighty. Why there's so much in this redeem queue? Oh, that skill tracker out again.
Skill training completed.
I'm gonna leave that on the tracker for a little bit. But yeah, so a new SOE ship and a new probably ore. I'm gonna go with ore. Maybe ore will be acquired by consortium. I don't know. Bit interesting. Just one of those things. Relax.
The asteroid is depleted.
Relax. Day is over. Work day is over. So I've applied for a new job. Put the application in. It's been received. Or might hear back by the end of the week if I've got an interview or not. It's only a temporary position. But it would be a temporary promotion if I was to get it. So, hey, if you don't try, you won't know. I'm looking forward to the new L mechanics. Yeah, I think it'd be quite interesting. They did say HiSec as well, so it's stuff that we can do on a Tuesday. I'll have to look at seeing how that affects things. But it'll be definitely interesting to see how that stuff looks at stuff going forward. And we can look at that on Thursday. Hey, remember, welcome back. I gave you a hammer. You can whack stuff if you like. Not that. But yes, so I'm doing okay. I've finished the workday. Like I said, just applied for a promotion, so it might be temporary, but it'll be experience in the next level up in my job. I'll be a merchandiser rather than being assistant merchandiser. Merchandising assistant, so that'd be quite cool. Hello, Joe. Welcome. Good to see you, buddy. How's Philippines? I love it. Launching with a new mediocre arc to teach you all about our features. Introductory arc? Introductory arc would work. Zalatra. I think introductory arc would be fun. So we'll see how that one was. Like I say, I might find out by the end of the week or at the start of next week if I've got an interview or not. But if you don't try, you won't get.
The asteroid is depleted.
More mining to do's.
Asteroid is depleted.
Well, I'm the only one out here at the moment, so that does give me like priority on all of the things. I brought something back from Jita. I thought now would be a good time to show yours. Okay, fair enough. Exotic dances. Nice try. I'm trying to plan a UK trip in 26 before I get sick to travel. I get too sick to travel. Just 5 days to catch up with all your Orthogothies. Well, that's interesting, too. Well, I'm in London, so's Moo. So that would probably be the easiest. So that's a good start. So far, it's Belfast, London, Manchester will cover 6 streamers. That's a good start. No one joined the mining yet. Nope. And it is all quiet on in the mining fleet currently. There you go, invite sent. UK is a small place. It looks like a small place. It isn't necessarily a small place. It looks decidedly small on a map, but actually it's very dense, and therefore time works differently in the UK than it does in the rest of the world. Like in the US, if you travel 125, for example, in the US you travel 125 miles, you can do that in about an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. In the UK, it takes me at least 2.5 hours of good, clear driving to cover the 125 miles to my parents. And it's taken me 5 hours before in bad traffic. So yeah, it's very... Well, it didn't take me very long to get to Colorado from Kansas. Like a day, like half a day's driving to go across an entire state. What's that? Oh, you got a hurricane. Interesting. Boom. Very snazzy. Yeah, UK is dense, yes. There's quite a bit of the UK that is dense. That is for certain. We won't go into politics in stream. But yes. Scaffold. Nice. Medium prototype autocannons, auto-targeting, micro-warp, shield hardeners, tracking computers, shield amplifiers, direct stabilizers. Why have you... Why are you both armor and shield tanked? Also, that is one of the most impressive capacitor recharge rates I've ever seen. Yes, I realise it's mostly to do with the micro warp drive, but oh my god. Minus 231%. It'll last you all of 1 minute. That's quite impressive. The streamer in Belfast said it's so far to drive to Dublin in 2 hours. It will drive 5 hours for a good loaf of bread. Yeah, most people will not drive nearly that far. Like, driving an hour is probably the most that people will do for a commute. I don't know, you thought it would be funny. Yeah, fair enough. You were born in Kansas. Nice one, Electra. Oh, am I mining him in a hurricane? Yes, Wombat, that's exactly what's happening. I am mining in a hurricane. I am bringing back battle cruiser mining. That's exactly what's happening. Wasn't concentrating and moved out of the site, just waiting for the squall. Oops. It's true. Are you also hyped for the update? Yes, we are, Wombat. We were just reading through the patch notes. I was saying that I was born in Kansas after asking what took you. So the reason that I was in the US is Louise, my wife, she spent a year out there in for university. She did a year out and went and spent some time in a different uni, and she, because of whatever reasons, she ended up making friends with one of the support staff at the university, and like Thanksgiving is not a thing in the UK, so she got invited over to spend Thanksgiving with this lady, and they became good friends, and they stayed in contact. This lady ended up coming all the way from America for our wedding. We did a bit of touristy stuff in the week before, in the run up to the wedding. Took them around the sites and stuff like that. And then we went out and visited her, and she lives in Wamego, just in Kansas. And yeah, so hence why we were in Kansas. They say that even London to Manchester is too far for some. Oh, it's definitely far for some. Like, if somebody said, oh, yeah, there's this really cool place in Manchester, and I'd be like, yeah, it's really quite far. Hey, Rambo. Welcome to Twitch. With lurking and kick. Back to Twitch. Oh, my great parents live outside the state. Nice. It's as cheap to fly Manila to Dublin is to fly Manila to Australia. Nice. When's the wedding? The wedding was in 2014. So it was about 11 years ago. Hi, Ivan. Welcome on in. I like vanilla. I've never been to Manila.
The asteroid is depleted.
Asteroids have been depleted. That's fair enough. Looks like what I was looking at has disappeared. There we go. Don Rico! Welcome on in. Even in the flat parts, it takes 8 hours to drive a Cascade. It does. It's very true. And my wife fell asleep in the back of the car, and I spent most of the time chatting to the lady that was putting us up. And she's very, very nice. Dark Ivan, they were last seen playing Lawson, Lords of Mayhem. Fair enough. Okay, well, thank you very much. Enjoy your snooze. Or sleep, bed. Sleep. I remember sleep. Anyway. How far would I drive to go on holiday? That's different. So I've driven 5 hours to go on holiday. And I would probably do about 8. I'd guess. Anything longer than 8, I would think about taking an alternate form of transport. Crazy. Maybe staying awake for 8 hours at a you know, even with a stretch in the middle would be a bit of a, be pushing it a bit. Done a 24-hour drive to Vegas for a vacation, but that was 3 of us splitting the driving. Okay, yeah, 8 hours each. There you go. Still sitting with 8 hours. I've got friends that drive to Italy and it takes them days.
Advertisements started for 90 seconds.
Ooh. Don't really fancy that. That seems like quite the oof. I mean, I like driving. Don't get me wrong. I do like driving. But I can just imagine going, right, I'm going to drive for 8 to 12 hours. Then I'm going to stop somewhere, spend the night, and then get up and drive for another 8 to 12 hours. Like, that seems hideous. Wow. The asteroid is depleted. So I like the idea of the shorter cycles. That looks really cool because like 72 seconds per cycle. It's just a long cycle. Why does it not do that? Every time I have to connect to YouTube, I have to
Adverts have ended.
I have to wake it up. The chatbot doesn't come in. Brian is so sophisticated and gentlemanly. So Brian will most of the time say adverts, and occasionally say ads or advertisements. I'll put a bit of a randomizer in there. So okay, so he will vary what he says. I thought that seemed quite interesting. He will vary what it says. From Perth, Western Australia, to my daughter in Brisbane, Queensland, is 4,000 kilometres, and I drove that 2 times a year. You're mad. Mad. Madder than Mad Jack McMad, last year's winner of Mr. Madman competition. Crazy. Also, only Australians would measure distance in number of beers. You brought your mining ship. A little venture. Perfect. It's alright. You get boosts. It all works. I've decided I need another screen above my monitor. I don't think my wife would be too pleased if I did that. She already thinks the 2 lights above my computer are eyesores. I think putting another screen above my existing screen would be pushing it a bit too far. Hello. Help. Welcome on in. If anybody fancies the mining for today, just make sure you X up in my channel. Exclamation mark IGC in chat to get yourself in. I provide the orca, you can provide whatever else you like.
The asteroid is depleted.
My wife didn't like my 2 screens until she started using my PC for work. Oh, my wife has 2 screens for work. That she already understands. She definitely gets that one. And she wasn't really too fussed on the fact that I had 3 screens for a while. So she wasn't really fussed on that one either. But the 2 lights are quite. They come the newer light, the newer, newer. I don't know. And they're much nicer than what I was using before, but yeah, they do stick up quite low, quite high above the desk because they came with their own attachments, poles to sit on top of. So they're used to impress when I aim on those. Every time I suggest something else for the stream, she's like, "What more?" I'm like, "Yes." But I'm only spending the money that I got on stream. That's what I usually get. Ah, wives. They keep us sane. They keep us sane. Ish. Are you old enough to remember cars with no rear seatbelts? No. So in the UK, they introduced seatbelts in the back of cars roughly around the same time I was born. So there wasn't really a time where there was nothing in the back. So it kind of happened just around the time I was, just around the time I was born. So, well, it was more of a case that you wrote down. Are you old enough to remember cars with no rear seatbelts and kids lust lying there? Lying were every way they could find. Yeah, kids and lust shouldn't be together in the same sentence. But I'll be looking forward to the new expansion now, and we only have to wait like 4 weeks.
The asteroid is depleted.
Which is even better. So it's like it's almost here. Like sniper with an eye won't even be able to fly an orca. Yeah, that'll turned up before this guy finishes his orca training. Although it looks a lot less now that I've just done a whole bunch of like training on it. cast and yes, that's true. Teenagers and yeah. Right. Yay, another avatar skin. For what? Sanguinary Savant or yeah, Sanguinary Savant skin. It does look nice and touch wood. Locally is a lot quieter than usual. Savant, cool. It never even twigged to me until this Crimson Harvest that the Savant skin, the Sanguinary Savant skins, are just fancy Blood Raider skins. Never even twigged that that's what they were. And like, then it was mentioned like, you know, for your Blood Raider ships and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, they're just fancy Blood Raider skins. But considering I really don't like the standard Blood Raider skins, and I love the Sanguinary Savant skins, it's an interesting one. I'm just wondering whether sort of red versions of the Malgarin skins. Kind of, yeah. Which came first, Sanguinary Savant or the Malgarin Marshalites? Speak to the skin man, he'll know. Well, I'm guessing. Well, there'll be more new skins as well. Savant, I think. Okay. There'll be more new skins too. We'll have 2 new ships to have skins for. Will they release versions of the existing SOE skins for the new ship? Do you think? The Odyssey or whatever it's called.
The asteroid is depleted.
I'm done there. Okay, panic. Cool. What's this new SOE ship game? This is the what's it called? The Odyssey? I want to call it the Odyssey. Why do I want to call it the Odyssey? Odysseus. That's close. I was close. It's called the Odysseus.
The asteroid is depleted.
Yes. Not fun. Let's go to my asteroids. Get those selected. You're scanning on those. Excellent. So yeah, in about 4 weeks' time, we should have new stuff to mine and new stuff to find in ISAC. They don't always have skins for new ships on launch, but it won't only for the Barba for a bit. It's only 2. Yeah, that's true. It'd be interesting to speak to Amber to see how easy it is to take a standard skin and apply it to a new ship. Obviously, by the fact that it's... Oh, I don't say obviously, but by the fact that new ships don't automatically get existing skins, it may not be as easy as it should be. Right, I'm just going to grab a quick... Oh, hang on. There you go. Right, I'm just going to grab a new drink. I've just invited Cyber to Fleet. I'll be right back. There we go. I don't think they're on Fine Islands designed for new ships yet. If you check out some of the screenshots, there's differences between them, so leaving it a bit late to get skins made. That's fair enough. Oh. I guess the skinner market would be wild for the new hulls before any CCPS skins. That's probably true. All those people that have got their skinner skills maxed out. They'll be like, yeah, let's get into the market. Let's get some stuff in production straight away. Mine are definitely not. I got basic introduction at 2 and batch sequencing at 1. I can have 5 at level 1. Skins per job. 10 at level 2. Reduce the sequencing time by 1% at level 1. 15% at level 5. And then you got advanced induction efficiency. Peak induction acceleration, advanced induction efficiency, induction efficiency. So yeah, just like, how fast can you make your skins go? Because these... Nope, caught in time. Yes, make sure you give Joe a follow. Joe joined us. Well, made himself known in, would it be Timberborn? I guess. So yeah, and has gone off to do his own bits and pieces, which is very cool. How long have I had this game running for now? So this character was born in December of 2024. So it's coming up to 2 years now
The asteroid
on that
is
character.
depleted.
This character's much younger. It was only done relatively recently. This character was created when I knew I was saving for the new PC. So I got the skills training started as early as possible, as early as I knew I was aiming for the new PC, because obviously that would help a lot. Lazy is still going. She's like completely obsessed with that the collectible card game shop simulator at the moment. Well, I'm very much enjoying Battlefield again. I was a big Battlefield 3 player on the PlayStation. Played a lot of Battlefield 3. A reasonable amount of Battlefield 4. Then Battlefield went a bit and got a little bit lost in itself and didn't stand out. Rather than continuing to do the things that made Battlefield interesting, they tried to be more like the other shooters, which meant that the point of difference wasn't there. So it kind of went a bit sideways. So I lost interest in playing that. And then I played the beta for Battlefield. I played the open beta for Battlefield 6 just to see what it was like. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's like playing Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4," and it was. So yeah, I'm getting back into the swing of playing a bit of Battlefield. I'm not sure we'll see it on stream, but yeah, I'm enjoying playing it. There you go, some more mining lasers, and everybody, or virtually everyone apart from Chrissy, who can't use Tech 2s, is using modulated beams. We've been trying to talk Stoffel into doing market streams. So like giving an overview of the market in-game overview. Yeah, whatever. Things are ticking along.
The asteroid is depleted.
The asteroid is depleted. Okay. Ticking along. It's like I finished the stream yesterday and I then played a few rounds of Battlefield last night. Just that's a very ADHD thing to do. Let's play a super high intense stakes game to calm down. Oh yeah, Stoffel will probably get a bunch of raids. Like, as soon as somebody realizes it's Stoffel that's streaming, Stoffel will be like... But it'll be interesting to see if there's any other modules that get released along with the new mining stuff. That's what I was going to check. There is such a thing as a 0-point mass entangler.
Adverts started for 90 seconds.
Is that a targetable? That's a high power module. So it's a top tier. Well, it doesn't have a range. Does it only affect the ship that you're flying? I think it came out perfectly well. And you get into smaller holes. Hello, Hubshop. Well, Stoffel was showing off his
Adverts
skins.
have ended.
Showing off his skin collection the other day, and just in the photos that Stoffel posted, he has a trillion ISKs worth of skins in just the photos he posted. So it reduces your mass. That's what it does. Somebody wants to buy one for 2 ISK. I'm sure they'll get that. Velocity bonus is reduction. Mass modifier minus 80%. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Interesting. Because the only reason, the main reason I mentioned that is that the new ship has the option of using those modules. Really, wait, it scrambles you to 100 points, reduces maximum velocity by 95%, reduces afterburner and micro warp drive by 90% in exchange for also reducing mass. Yeah. You get out right next to the hole and jam it in? I mean, that's... well... I mean, sometimes a little bit of preparation goes a long way. Sequence Binder Welcome Package, Fade In Limited. You will pay 50 mil. What's one of those? Sequence binders using the sequence processing. Interesting. I was going to take that metaphor on a little bit further, but I thought maybe that'd be a bit too risky. Yeah. Everybody else is doing it, so I thought it would be a good idea. That's never worked. No! Oh, there goes Joe's dream of all three streamers. No,
Lazy
hello,
Maful
my dear.
rated with 9 viewers.
You're a star, hello. Welcome on in, my dear. How was your stream? So I'm sat there at work this morning. Right, I was like, oh, we've just gone live. I'm there making sure that, looking around, making sure nobody's watching what I'm doing. I'm like typing in new stream. I better go do some work now, just before nobody notices that I'm not actually working and I'm just messaging someone on Twitch. Although I did check. And my work computer, whilst it stops you getting into on certain websites, like Board Game Arena and weirdly enough, Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know why it doesn't let you onto the Dungeons and Dragons site, but it doesn't. Anyway, it's a bit strange. But like Board Game Arena, where I try to play board games with my friends, it doesn't let you log into that site on the work computer, but it will let you log into Twitch, so technically I can watch it on my work computer, which I thought was very interesting. You done it. You completed. You got all of the achievements. That's very cool. How long did it? How much effort did it take you to get like that last achievement? Because you seem to have been stuck on that one for like a week. You're at day 1070 something. Lovely. I mean, just getting to a day 1000 should be an achievement in itself. I was making it much longer than I needed it to be. So what the last achievement was, like, get one card of every quality. Is that right? If you like simulation, like Supermarket Simulator and those types of games, then the game that Moo was just playing, Not Clanfolk, the other one. Trading card simulator. Shop simulator. That it's quite fun. Like own your own game shop. Like Magic the Gathering, but not. 1 to 10 in a certain card. Like in real life, that should be as easy as hell. As long as you find like the top tier ones, the ones where you have very little control over. Like in real life, you just go bend the card a few times and then send it off to be checked out. Bend it a few times. But we're doing a bit of mining, talking about the new expansion for this game, which comes out in 4 weeks. 4 weeks today, which is called Catalyst. So Tuesday mining evenings are going to become a little bit more interesting because there'll be a new bits and pieces that we can do on Tuesday nights. Yeah, for some reason this bot doesn't like the fact that if you put anything on the end of the command. One of the bots I used didn't care. One of the bots I used was like, you could put whatever you'd like afterwards, and it would still, as long as the first part was fine, it didn't care afterwards. Yeah, we're in fleet tonight. Currently, Chrissy and Cyber are with me doing mining. My ships are this one here and that one there. All the others are everyone else's. And we're just eating space rocks at the moment. Because, why not? Next one. That was a multi-stream go. It seems to be going quite well. I don't think there's a lot of people on any of the other channels right now. YouTube says there is nobody viewing. Sounds about right. Kick, on the other hand, apparently there's 20 people viewing. So welcome on all Kick viewers. Hello. Good to have you here. Stream achievements, new tab. So I've got the verification, so I'm now allowed to have the revenue tab now. Not that I've got anything in it. So monetize my channel. I would need a total of 10 subs. Gifted subs not included. 50 viewers in the last 30 days. We're currently on an average of 5.16. Stream for a total of 15 hours in the last 30 days. We'll do that, that's no problem. And then unique chatters. Although apparently bots count. Which is nice. So yeah, we've done Path to Creator, which was literally just to stream for 5 hours. So that was relatively easy. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Like, mining is by far the most boring way to make ISK, but it's honest income. Secondly, it's almost time for marbles. Mining is not well, mining is about to get a whole bunch more interesting, as it turns out. But at the same time, it's something that is low mental effort on my part, which is, after a day in the office, is very welcome. It's like you have 2 YouTube channels with the same name. Yes, I do. So one of the YouTube channels is my old YouTube channel with videos in it, and the new one is very much a new one. I didn't do the links. The links were just posted a little ways up on the chat. They were posted around 9 minutes ago. 8-9 minutes ago. I need to get that set as a command, actually. So I can see. So I can do it. Well, let's just, yeah, have multi and just have it do that command again. It's
Asteroid is depleted.
oh, that can work about then. Right, edit this one. Copy. Excellent. Cancel that. Go to commands. Add command. Chatbot. Enable. Message. Send to all platforms. Done. Next step. Main. Multi. Next step. Yeah, anyone can use it. That should work. Yeah, it worked. Chris Matravers, Gooey, Gamers Kingdom, Gooey. Welcome on in. You see, one of the benefits of Akazimu on Lazy for Choo Choo. One of the benefits of Lumia Stream is it combines all my chats into one big long list, so I can just see everybody's chats in one place, rather than having to go to multiple screens to look at it, which is a godsend, quite frankly, because multiple screens would get very headachy. Biggie, nerd. Oh, big nerd. Doing alright, buddy? Doing okay. We were just reviewing the new Catalyst expansion notes from earlier. And then, yes, having a nice chill mining day on a Tuesday evening after me being in the office all day. Just helps out. Who's Chris Matravers then? Somebody else says QE as well. Ah, it's Dwarf. Cool. So you're called Chris. That's weird. Rambo's called Chris. I'm called Chris. You're called Chris. There's lots of Chris's.
The asteroid is depleted.
You just got home. Nice. There we go. Like that. Cool. So yes, there are multiple streams across the thing. I need to get all the alerts set up. I keep sitting down and going, oh right, I need to make sure that I just want to copy them across. So if somebody subs on Kick, then it will play the same alert as it does on for the Twitch sub. So I just want to get it set up so it pings the same thing. I'm Chris and so is my wife. Monty Python. Hey Tank, welcome on in. Hempshell is eating crisps. Nice. There's Stoffel. Stoffel to Hubba. Nice. Oh, a YouTube like. Thank you very much for the like on YouTube. I saw that appear in the no items queue. Again, we have no alert for that, so that's something. Also, I don't know what the main difference is. And I got a Gamers Kingdom subscription on YouTube. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I need to get all of that set up. So that should be really helpful. Thank you very much. I should get to see those on my event list as well. I don't know why I don't see those on my event list. That'd be useful. But thank you very much. Got a YouTube like. More YouTube likes, thank you very much. Again, yeah, I need to get those set up. Maybe I'll spend a bit of time tomorrow just copying everything across so I can see it all. I'm Gamers Kingdom. I'm also Nightmare Chrissy. I'm also Nightmare Chrissy Prime. I'm also Commander Chrissy. Just a few. So yeah, I got a YouTube channel that is that was my old YouTube channel, but when I thought it was easier to link my actual Cybercriz one rather than my Cybercriz 1 YouTube. So yeah, it's easier that way. Hey, I see that. Thank you very much. Gamers Kingdom became a subscriber. Now that actually appears in my alerts. So thank you very much. Very cool. And it was a little delayed, I think, but it did actually appear in the end. We've scienced that. Awesome sauce. Yeah, so the next step is to get a Elgato screen deck, so I can press buttons for things rather than other such stuff. Oh my god, how many queues? How many? I just opened up Steam. I've got 9 scheduled updates. 9, and one of those, and another one completed today. That's crazy. Most of them are quite small, but yeah. I like a filter on the Marbles maps, so I can filter out certain races that I don't want to be don't want to see included in. Right, there we go. Exclamation mark play if you wish to get in. Optimization. Added a limited only allow. Sorry, I was just reading something completely different, but I thought that was quite funny considering I was watching Moo and what she was doing in the card simulator game. I'm also Jakarta Trellian. Oh, bloody hell. Darksider, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Hello, Mr. Donk. Hello, Mr. Donk. Good to see ya. I have 37 other names across multiple games, but I don't want to go and find them right now. I have one. I am Sniper Chris pretty much across the entire of all platforms. I think there are other people that have tried the same name, but I'm pretty sure I am Sniper Chris on pretty much everything. I like keeping it consistent. Right, how's it? What we were looking at the other day. So, my second character has only got. We're only looking at 5 more sites. 5 more sites to get to the end of the current end of the event track. Get that extra 75 packs. Bear in mind that the event ends.
Ads started for 90 seconds.
Here. So we've got a whole week before the new event track kicks in. I have a great excuse today. My UPS is tripping every 30 minutes due to poor weather. Wow. Alem Ental. Nice, I like that. My most friendly name is Rafiki Ikmotax on Stove. Nice. I'm pretty sure I'm Sniper Chris on there as well. On the extended track before, it was just... Oh, no, it's just a... I think it was just an extra 300 on the track. It wasn't massive. It was like a quarter... Or extended by like a quarter of a third. It wasn't a massive expansion. Exclamation mark play, though, to get yourself into the Marbles giveaway. We will do that in a little while. Probably about 10-15 minutes, I'd guess.
Adverts have ended.
Thank you, Brian. We're still mumbling along here, getting everything set up and sorted. What I'm going to do is just relay those boosters in a second. Still got loads and loads of boost. I got 6,000 mining laser charges. 6,780 mining laser charges. On board. Got plenty. Exclamation mark play to get yourself into the Marbles giveaway if you fancy winning either ships or skins or ISK. I have all of the above. There is one name that stands out above all else. I named a character on a random ass game malicious intent and proceeded to murder every NPC to annoy me. Do with that with information as you like. Fair enough. Was it Stardew Valley? I'd like to think in my head it was Stardew Valley. Just cause. Well, that reload time is going to take a little bit longer than I anticipated. My apologies. No, sadly it wasn't. It's a bit of a shame. There you go. CH47 God. Child God? Thank you very much for the follow. Was it Care Bears to the rescue? My wife made my son watch Care Bears the other day,
The asteroid is depleted.
which I thought was quite funny. It's like I used to watch that when I was, because at the moment, if you go to McDonald's, the Happy Meals have got Care Bears in them. So she decided that was a good idea to introduce him to Care Bears as a concept. Just got yells into Danger Mouse. Fantastic. I'm glad you phrased, because out of context that was quite impressive. I got arrested a total of 138 times, charged with first-degree murder on 789 counts, second-degree murder on 2 counts, and first-degree manslaughter on 60 counts. This all happened in one day on that game. The last part of that is very important. Oh, chill out, relax. So it is less than. So Eve London is here. So it's a week and a bit to Eve London. Saturday, the 1st of November. So I'll be there for that. Most of the people, there's going to be quite a few people streaming from London on the 31st, because such people like Caroline, Joe Lost, and a few other people are coming to London the day before. So there'll probably be quite a few live streams from London itself on the 31st. I will not be going into town on the 31st. I think my wife would actually divorce me if I went out and did that. So yes, I think I'll leave that one. But I will be there. I will be even in London on the 1st. Meeting people who know. It'll probably... This is the interesting thing for me, right? And I thought about this. I will be going... Me going to Eve London will be the first time ever in my entire life where people will know what I look like, but I won't know who they are. So people will come. It'll be the first time that people come up to me and go, "Hi, Slaughterchris, I'm blah blah blah," and I will know them from stream. I will know your usernames, and I will know all those people, and I will, but I will not know what they look like. But they will know what I look like, because you can see my ugly face now. I find this concept slightly weird.
The asteroid is depleted.
Hello, Lando. I'm new to the game. I was wondering what the best way to get into it is. Okay. Oh, right. So, Lando. First off, make sure you use somebody's buddy code. You could use mine, !buddy. Or you could use anybody else's code. That'll get you... are a million skill points straight off the bat. Now, a million skill points is about a month's worth of training, so even if you don't use those skill points straight away, which you don't have to, you can store them. You don't have to worry about that. It will give you a good base to get things started and kicked off with. Then you want to do the Air Career Program training missions. So after you've done the intro and you've moved your way through the intro missions, go off, find your Air Career Agent missions who will be very close nearby, and start working your way through the Air Career Program. That will give you a good basic understanding of PvP, PvE, exploratory, and the in-game industry. That will also give you a nice segue into working out what you enjoy about how to play the game, which way you want to look at. Do you want to blow up NPCs? Do you want to blow up other players? Do you want to go off and play the little mini games and hack stuff, or do you just want to mine and make loads of stuff for other people? And that's just only 4 aspects of the game. There's a whole bunch of other things that you could involve yourself in. That would be definitely a very good way of understanding how to play the game and understanding what you enjoy about it or what you don't enjoy. So that's where I would go for. And then when you've done that and you get an idea of exactly what you'd like to do and not do, as the case may be, that'll give you a steer on what type of corporation to go and join. You start off in what's known as a non-player character corporation, just standard ones. But a lot of the corporations that are in the game are player owned and player run, and they will have much more specific types of events and stuff that they do in the game. So they'll support you in your interests in the game and what you fancy doing. So I definitely recommend all of the above. Sorry, Lando, no problems at all. But if you've got any more questions, please make sure you let us know, because absolutely fine until we're absolutely happy to try and answer any questions you may have, any curiosities that you've got, and other bits and pieces. That would be fun. So yeah, work out which. Yeah, if you fancy blowing up other players, then you're probably best off moving into null security space, where there is no police force to come and arrest you or blow your ship up for murdering other players. I mean, can, but it's not advisable for a new player to do that. But High Sec is a relatively nowhere safe in Eve, but it's a relatively safe place to at least start your Eve journey. And just remember that Eve is a sandbox game. It is a very open world game, and it does mean that there's, short of harassment and abuse, very nasty abuse, and bigotry, there is actually not many rules. So be worried about getting. Is there a way to get a carrier? Or is that kind of late game? It is very late game. Bear in mind, all skills you learn are learnt in real time. So the skills to learn how to fly a carrier would be quite long. And yes, like Chrissy points out, you will need to buy premium. You will need to pay for the premium version of the game, so you need to make sure you're subscribed to what is known as Omega to be able to get that type of ship. All the really big stuff is locked behind layers upon layers of training and other bits and pieces to eventually get a buy. Yes, they are also very expensive. Yeah, billions upon billions of ISK. So just to be able to fly the hull of a carrier, for example. To fly an Aeon, for example, would take an existing character that already has some training done and dusted, would take this character 3 months, 22 days, so nearly 4 months to be able to train into this, and he's already got a good number of skill points already to be able to fly one of these towards it. So it's definitely quite. If it's something you want to aim for, on the other hand, get yourself into a nice nullsec corporation. One of the large coalitions in nullsec, and start training, because they'll be the best placed ones to be able to get you to achieve your goal. If you were to, I think it says, what does it say? I think it might say on something like Wikipedia or something. But if you were to learn all of the skills in the game at the standard speed that was available to you, it would take you somewhere in the region of 20 years to learn, 20 years of real time to learn every skill in the game. You can speed that up by quite a bit, but
The asteroid is depleted.
that's the bit.
Is depleted.
20, yes. So yeah, you can't do. It's one of those games where you can't do everything. I'm wondering what the max SP is. It's a good question, actually. I don't think it's currently. Is it currently? Because they keep adding new skills all the time, so obviously it makes it a little bit more difficult to. I mean, I don't think there is a technical max. There is a point where you run out of skills to learn, at which point you might as well start extracting skills and then re-inputting them again. So extracting skill points and then relearning skills that you already had before. Board Killer, welcome on in. Good to see you. You're on YouTube. Hello. Hey Kenfin. Exclamation mark play if you guys want to get into the marbles giveaway. I'm not sure if it works on YouTube and Kick. My apologies if it doesn't. I just need to work out how I can get marbles to accept it from there. But exclamation mark play, because we're about 2 minutes away from starting that marbles race. Horde Killer is Jester. Jester is Horde Killer. Good to know, Jester. Have 305 million SP and still have stuff to drain. That sounds about right. You can speed up. Yes, there is definitely ways of speeding it up. There's definitely lots of ways of speeding it up. I mean, my long-term character, for example, has many accelerators to speed things up. Many. Also, notice this Totality Day accelerator. It only lasts 3 days or 6 days, or 6 days if you've got Biology 5, but it does give you plus 13 to all attributes rather than plus 10, which is quite cool. And Amiga speeds up. Yes, Amiga speeds up training. So if you have an Amiga account, you'll learn twice as fast. Archon. I do want to fly a carrier. I do like that. It depletes in 0 seconds. Activate all modules, you'll have absolutely no cap whatsoever. I'm guessing that's where the cap boosts come in. At a guess. Use the implant when using those accelerators. Yes, we do. So my my Jita Alt
The asteroid is depleted.
has the accelerator, has the implant to make sure I get the most out of those. 6.6 with the implant, that's very true. So yeah, I'll make sure my Jita Alt has got that one. Been in 2 fights with them since I moved to Curious. Nice.
The asteroid is depleted.
There we go. That's the Scordite sorted. Right, let's get this marbles race started. Sorry, I was just reading chat then. So, a marbles. Sindeco, thank you for the follow. Fine, okay. Right, marbles. Exclamation mark play if you wish to get in. Dark Cough's Cannon Boost Runway. I'm guessing we're going up and then into the funnel that way. Thank you for the follow. David Asal. Thank you very much. Welcome on in. And then... Or are we dropping down? I don't know. This looks interesting. Oh my god, this is like... The gravity is all over the place on this map. So this could be very interesting. Although apparently the number of people that complete it is quite high. So God only knows what this one's going to look. Right, 22 people in the race so far. Exclamation mark play on Twitch. Sorry. I don't think you'll get in if you do it on any of the other channels. Get yourself in to get into a chance of winning. I've got ships, I've got skins, I've got ISK, all to give away. 60 seconds. Get yourself in. So the way the prizes work, just over there. There you go. Just over there. First place prize wins a spin on the wheel. Second place prize, 10th place prize wins 50 million ISK. 20th wins 50 million ISK as long as you finish. And also the last place finisher will also win 50 million ISK as well. I don't think it works. I'm not sure if there is a way, but I don't think there is a work. I don't see a Horde Killer in there. It's a bit of a shame. I'll have to look it up and see if there's a way of getting multiple channels to work. Alright, and we're off. Alright, so it is gravitying. Maybe that's just to confuse people. Right, got the little beams that bouncing. We got bumper bars, so you can't fall off the sides, guys. There's bumper bars to stop you bouncing off. I was currently in the lead. There's some few people going, but Dive Vitasal is currently in the lead. Right, all off that way. Okay, there's a little catch-all place there. Interesting. I like this. This is interesting. Sindeco is now in the lead with 1-800 help. Although there's lots of little switchbacks going on. That seems quite interesting. There's also a little catch bucket here as well, just in case you fall off. I quite like that. This is interesting. I'm guessing this will fire us up that way. Hempshaw's about to test it for us. There he goes. Cyber and Jester at the bottom. They must have fallen off somewhere. That drops you a lot lower than everyone else. So if you fell off and you were in the bottom, you get dropped in a different place rather than up there. So Alchemist is currently in the lead. Going to test this function out. But they're underneath. They're not on top. Browbill is there on top as well. So Browbill is the first one to be flung forward. Die Vidasal is there. I'm just going to say Vidasal. Autonomous Donk has found the lift to the base, the elevator to the basement. But Vidasal is currently still holding on to that lead. But with all these switchbacks, it's hard to tell. I'm not going to lie. So only 23 out of 24 left in the race. Vidasal, Alchemist's got a good run up on that side. Browbill is not too far behind. There is another switchback to happen. Another switch to happen. There is trapdoors on the side here as well. People are falling down the trapdoors, look. There goes Lando. There goes Amarithahar. Browbill and myself are the only ones in straight here. But it looks like Browbill is heading for it. No, he got stuck on something. Whoa! But that finished it. That finished the race. Browbill, congratulations, you are the winner. You win the spin on the wheel. I'm going to need the in-game name from you. That would be fantastic. I finished in 3rd place. That's good. There goes Jester. Darksider. Alchemist 1-800. Stoffel. Right, we're looking for 10th place finisher now. Don Rico. 10th place finisher. Congratulations. Now we're just going to wait for everybody else to catch up. And hopefully nobody gets annihilated by the big wall of flame. But most people are coming along. Oh, excuse me. Right, final results. Browbill, congratulations, you are the winner. That's the at the top of the pile there. 10th place goes to Don Rico. Congratulations. 20th place goes to Zalatra. I'm thinking I would take up my very own place near the rear, but actually that's a prize-winning place. Congratulations. And the last place finisher was Captain Aramis. So, everybody, I need your in-game names, please.
Ask me a question. Any question, I'll answer it.
Any question?
Yes.
How to break the speed of light? How to marry quantum mechanics and classical physics? Any question at all? Truly anything, and you will answer?
Yes.
Okay, here's my question. Would you like some toast?
Okay, Zalatra has passed on his prize, so that's no problem. So, Sindeco, you're in 21st place. Zalatra has passed on his prize. So, Sindeco, can I have your in-game name, please? So I can send you money. So, Captain Aramis and Sindeco, I need yours. I see Browbill and Don Rico. Sindeco. It is Sindeco. Okay, and it is Captain Aramis. Feel free to use the bot. The bot works in everybody's channel, not just mine. So, very useless. So, 2nd place is useless, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'm trying to reward more people participating. So, with the space, that's good to know. That's news to know. Right, so there's Browbill. I'll copy Browbill's name and get the create contract. Oh, hang on. Let's stop all of the modules because we're finished. Do you get a participation award? Yes. There you go. That's your participation award. What am I doing? I'm going to that. And I'm going to that. Right, let's give it a spin and see what you win. Am I going to have to do something else because Marbles doesn't allow multi-streaming? Possible, I suppose. Right, a skin wheel. Congratulations. So, I was looking up the skin wheel. It's nicely loaded with skins thanks to Stoffel and Caldari Prime Pony Club. With a few others tucked away in there. But it's a Malediction Zydrine Burns skin, courtesy of Stoffel the Honey Badger. Congratulations. That one is in Jita for you. So I'll queue that one up. Malediction Zydrine Burn. That's a Sniper Quiz stream giveaway. There we go. Next. And fish. I'll remove that one from the wheel, save it up. There we go. Very shiny, this one. I do remember these Zydrine Burn skins. They are very, 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 very shiny. Super shiny. They've got a very subtle pattern on the back of them. I actually quite like them. I do have this one as well, for the Malediction. But it's very cool. Enjoy that one. Enjoy that one. That one's all yours. Okay, Pi. No worries. Catch you later. Right. Don Rico. Let's do this quick. Search for anything. Bring up Don Rico. Give money to Don Rico. 50 million in ISK.
Adverts started for 90 seconds.
Sniper Quiz stream giveaway. I'm going to plow on, even though the adverts are there. Syndeco. Syndeco, give money. Nice dress. Very yellow. Sniper Quiz stream giveaway. 50 million in this. And then last place goes to Captain Aramoth. 2 words. 50 million in ISK. Sniper Quiz stream giveaway. There we go. Awesome. 50 million ISK given out to everybody's. Enjoy. I probably should have did Malediction differently to male. Probably a good idea. That is true. That is true. But enjoy all of those. Right, we're off to number... Is everybody else bugged off to number 2? Yeah, okay. Just double checking.
Adverts have ended.
Right, welcome back to the ads. For those of you watching them. Good to have you back. We'll have another little giveaway later on. So for now, I'll just take that one down. But there will be a second one later. Where we give away some more stuff. If I do a really long stream, sometimes I do 3. I know. How scary is that? They've all had to move to the closer rocks because I didn't turn up with my boosts. Downside of the streamer having Yorker rather than somebody else. Sorry. There you go. Boosts for everyone. You can have a boost, and you can have a boost, and you can have a boost. There we go. But it's an open mining fleet, so for any of you that fancy coming on down, feel free. We do the same thing every Tuesday. I supply the Orca, you supply whatever mining ship you damn well please. So it's entirely up to you. I'm not precious. If you want to make some donations in heavy water, that would be kind of helpful. But not necessary by any means. Yeah, you carry on mining that. But yes, come feel free, come on down, come enjoy the mining. It's just easier for me on a Tuesday after my day in the office. Although I have to start going in multiple days, unfortunately. But not the worst thing in the world. I'm sure I can manage. Also, we'll probably end up doing Homefronts on Homefront Thursdays. So that's a thing as well. So I'll probably look at doing Homefronts on a Thursday. We'll get some more ships down in this area as well, so we'll have a nice little fleet of ships ready for doing Homefronts in. Because Homefronts are relatively accessible for a lot of people because of the low entry point for the ships. Which does help. What is the Catalyst expansion? So, every 6 months, as seems to be the new standard from CCP and the one what they're trying to stick to from now, they will release an expansion that is included in the game's price. It doesn't cost you anything. That's not like you have to buy a DLC or anything along those lines. It's just a named expansion for the game. So rather than releasing small incremental changes to the game over a period of time, CCP, the designers of the game, have decided that what they'll do is every 6 months they release a newer version of the game. The current one is called Legion, and then in a month's time or 4 weeks time they'll release Catalyst. It'll just mean all the splash screens change. Rather than being, when you log in it says Legion, it'll say Catalyst, etc, etc. And what they do is then they announce all the new things that they're going to add to the game, new ships, new maybe changes in mechanics. I feel a few other bits and tweaks is new UI elements, new bits of changes to other things that appear on the map. So the idea is that they save up all of those expansions for 1 week every 6 months. So they kind of way at it. So it's changing the way that mining works. There's going to be a few extra bits and pieces that we can do as a miner, adding a couple of extra ships, which is always welcome, new things to fly, some new skills to learn, a new map, which has been well overdue and very welcomed by a lot of people, which is really cool, because the in-game map at the moment is great, but it is quite confusing to sort of understand how all of these little dots sort of work together, so to speak. So if I pull that across, it's simple. There's a lot of little dots there, and working out how all of those little dots come together in one sort of sensible, coherent mass is quite difficult. So they're releasing a two-dimensional map, which will be much easier to read and understand, and how you move through the universe, the galaxy. So no, I want to jettison. I want to compress. That's better. So yeah, that's new. That's going to come in a month's time. So yeah, generally speaking, it's like the next phase, and there's usually an event that or not necessarily event, but some rewards that come with that. That are usually login rewards, so you get a reward for every day that you log in over a certain period of time, like the one that's currently going on at the moment for Halloween, or Crimson Harvest as it's known. So you get some login rewards. Looks a bit like this. There's 14 days the daily login campaign is available. If you're an alpha, tomorrow you'll get some skill points, for example. But you work your way down the track, so if you miss a day, you don't miss day 17's rewards. You just pick up day 17, but you'll miss out at the end of the track. You won't get like day 29s. You'll only get day 28s if you miss a day. So, but yeah, free stuff, new stuff, improved stuff. Basically. So enjoy. Hello, Dave. Welcome in. Cool, Lando. No worries. But yes, so it's, yeah, rather than little bits here and there and small changes, we get every 6 months we get a big update, and then they spend the next 6 months tweaking that big update to make it exactly right over a bit of playtesting. Usually that doesn't require a lot of changes, but a few changes here and there, and then that sort of adds to the game. And then periodically they'll review the existing content of the game and alter it, update it, change it where it's necessary, balance stuff, etc. So that usually happens roughly around the same time too. Yes, Captain Aramis says as well. So when you log into the game, you will see something along this lines. This is your login thing. As you can see, I've got 4 different characters. But you'll see down here that there is something called it says Tranquility, 18,984 players currently, which is very cool. Tranquility is the server that the vast majority of us play on. But there are some test servers, and the test servers are only opened at certain times. Singularity is the main one that people will use for testing. But if you they will announce that at certain times you can play on the test server, and essentially everything on the test server is very cheap. Well, not everything, nearly everything on the test server is extremely cheap, very easy to get hold of. Skill boosters are almost, are just crazy cheap. You can give your character a whole bunch of skill points and stuff like that, so they can fly all of the really cool ships. So if you want to fly your carrier, that is the best time to go jump onto Singularity, because you'll be able to give your character a load of skill points. You'll be able to go out and buy yourself a carrier, fit it, play with it, have fun, and it won't affect the real game in any way, shape or form. So that's usually a good way of flying stuff that you can't normally fly. But in this case, it'll also have the new ships, it'll have the new mining stuff, it'll have the new map, it'll have a load of the new stuff that you'll be able to check out and see how it works and stuff. Everything is 100 ISK except for station calls. Those are so basically you can't make your own station, but for those of us who don't really care about that type of thing, it's more than fine. I'm going to go, Aramis, I'm going to say that was the player-owned structure code rather than anything else. The only problem with Eve, the problem that Eve has, and CCP have acknowledged that it's a problem, is that Eve is 22 years old. It's been around for a long time in gaming terms. There aren't many MMOs that have been around for longer that are still functioning. There are a few, but not many. And as a result, the code is complex to say the least. There is a lot going on. And changing one thing can break stuff in very unintended ways. So they're very hesitant to change stuff, and they want to test everything thoroughly. That's hence why they open up the test server. So it is good that we are able to test this. They are slowly and methodically cleaning the code and tying things up and going through it to make it cleaner and tidier and stuff like that, but it's going to be a long process for them to get there. So hopefully one day the code will be a lot cleaner and tidier, but it's also one of those things that's going to take a whole chunk of time for them to get to. Just one of those things. Just hold on to your house. Hold on to your horses. They'll get there. Multiple characters is a thing, and there's lots of. So when it says there's 18,000 players playing, that's 18,000 accounts logged in. There's probably about 6,000 people actually playing. Maybe a bit less. I don't know.
The asteroid is depleted.
It depends on how many, what the average player count character, how many characters each individual player personally has. I mean, technically, I'm logged on to 2 at the same time at the moment. So I'm logged on to Sniper Chris with a Y and Sniper Chris with a I. But sometimes I run 3. They'll get there. One of the things we love about SK is the optimism. Well, you've got to think that a lot of people. I got to think that CCP still care about the game. The people that work there still care about the game. They want it to be good. It's something that a lot of them have worked on for years upon years upon years upon years. So you got to hope that they care. And if somebody cares about stuff, they want it to be good. It's when they stopped caring, whether it's good or not, is where it falls down. Alexa, welcome on in. Welcome back. So yeah, I'm hoping that as long as CCP still continues to care about the game, they'll continue to try and improve things, and they'll continue to try and make things better, smoother, tidier, and everything that goes in that. When they stop caring, that's when we need to worry. I walked past a bar earlier, and the initials of the bar are SK, and the logos and the initials in a circle, reminding me of a logo. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's another consideration for flying capital ships. Unless you have help, you'll need a second account for the Sinos. Yeah, that's probably not helpful, is it? You need to be able to play around with them in the system you're in, at least. At least you could dock them these days. One of the days where you couldn't actually even dock a capital ship. They wouldn't let you. You had to leave them in space. Which sounds really scary. Like, I don't want to leave my really expensive ship in the middle of space with nobody in it. That sounds like a horrible idea. But it was a thing. I got a few variations of my logo. So I've got the one with the I got this one, which is the S and the K with the crosshairs above it. And then there's the one that appears in the there's a slight variation that appears in my emotes. Which is that one. So I've got a few little variations of similar stuff. Which isn't too bad. So it was always being 15k from a gate, or was it 10? I don't remember that, Mr. Bossman, actually. I just knew that. I just learnt one day back along when I first started playing this game, the first time around, that capital owners had to leave their ships in space. And I was like, really? That's crazy. Not that I ever got there. So one of my characters, so this character with Sniper Kriz on it, one of the characters on that account is actually a lot older than the rest of them. So Xavier Kane Ormond, this chap here, is actually 10 years older than Sniper Kriz with a Y. I search for the character. He's in care, but he's actually been a character. He's been around since early July 2013. And then was in PC Gamer Enterprises for a good couple of years. Then got shoved out to Scope for a while when I stopped playing. Then the Scope turned into Revenant Defense Corporation for a little bit longer. And then I started playing again and then in Centre for Advanced Studies, got shoved out to there. And then he joined Care along with everyone else, all my other characters. That's how the first Titan died. Pilot locked down and the ship was jumped on before it despawned. Ouch. I'll have to snap a pic next time I walk past this place. This has the S and the K overlapping in the circle, but definitely close enough to make me think. That's cool. I like that. Once a character got to a super cap, you're stuck in it unless you had a player station with a capital hangar. Wow. That's crazy. And other things like if you flew strategic cruisers, Tech 3 cruisers, you lost skill points if your ship blew up. It was a risk. It was more than not only were they bloody expensive, but essentially you get thicker if you die. It's just crazy. Your character actually got less intelligent and less experienced if you were piloting the ship, a particular type of ship, and you died. And your clone was there had different qualities of your clone, not just alpha and omega, but like alpha, beta, gamma, delta, etc., up through the list. And it costable to have those clones, but there was bigger and better benefits for having those clones. It's just, yeah. Like, things got a lot more complex before they got a lot simpler. Now, that's some of these things are just crazy. Hey, Mendo. It was. Well, that's the thing, is actually Xavier can fly a Proteus and has one. He has a Proteus. I just thought it was genuinely quite interesting. I don't think he ever undocked in it, but he had a Proteus. Or he has a Proteus. No skill queue, yeah. Well, what's the other thing? Thank you for the follow, Amthria. And the code guide for saving your SP, yeah. I used to have an app on my phone called Neocom, where you could manage your, using the API, you could manage your skill queue through the app. So you didn't have to log on to get those. You could use the app and the integration to update your skill queue. And you could also, because it then had your character, you could make fits for ships on the app as well, using your character like a very basic Python. And you could like have a little app that integrated with, and you could make fits for it. It was really cool. My super pilot hasn't logged in since 2013 due to a long break. Now I need to work out what to do with him because he's locked in deep safe. Nice. What's up? Here's Uppercut. I saw a summer blink in your contacts. Wow. You could see it, but you couldn't change stuff with Neocom. I thought you Evemon. I definitely remember change. Maybe it was Evemon, and I remember just having Neocom. Maybe I had both. Or possible. Look, it was like over 10 years ago. Okay, 12 years ago. I struggle to remember what I had for dinner yesterday. What's Summer Blink? Who is Summer Blink? And you had like stories about like people stealing money out of corporation wallets and running away with it. Because it was because it's an open sandbox game, it was possible. Player ran raffles. Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool. Wonder if that led in some part to the Hypernet. Curiously. There was a Texas Hold'em. I do remember that. Now that you said it, that just sparked a couple of neurons in my head somewhere. I can't even. But you just mentioned that. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Adverts started for 90 seconds.
Yeah, about a year after they tossed the Hypernet came. Okay, fair enough. Wow. But yeah, so there's only a few. I mean, I've forgotten more than I learned from 2013. So, and I definitely wasn't streaming it back then. You know, my streaming career came after that. So, yeah, I don't really count it for how long I've been playing Eve. Because even though I played it for a year, I've forgotten more than I learned. I miss old Eve fleets that were just not must-have this fit. Yeah, that's a fair point. Kitchen sink fleets. 2013 was the last time you played. It just came back 2 weeks ago. Well, welcome back. Congratulations. Hopefully you used a buddy code, because that didn't exist in 2013. So you can get 3 million skill points added onto your account. And I don't know about you, but when I came back, and was able to log in with my existing account, you could buy your missing skill points that you would have gained in the time that you're off. You could buy them from the store for probably just the equivalent of how much a year subscription would have cost you. So you could sort of play catch
Adverts
up.
have ended.
You could play catch up a little bit. But that was quite cool. Thank you, Chrissy. But yeah, so make sure you use buddy code. That was definitely not a thing. 3 million skill points there. And also, yeah, look out for that, and look out for those extra skill points in the store. When you reactivated your 2003 account, oh well. You did use a buddy code. Excellent. As long as you use one, mine, anybody else's, just make sure you get that million skill points. It makes a big difference. That's a good month's catch up. I definitely had boxes that I could use for skill points. I'm not sure if I can still see. Occasionally, I'm able to see them. Like it says, oh, you can still buy these. I'm like, wait, no. They might have fully updated it now, so I can't see that. But occasionally I logged in and I was like, hey, you can buy this pack. I'm like, no, I can't. I bought all of those. I bought all of those ages ago. No, it does look like it's gone there. But yeah, I was able to log in and they gave me options for buying stuff. Yeah, it's not definitely up there anymore. But, okay. It's fair enough. Interesting. True, it's much easier to get skill points, especially since the new bundles came into the store, both in-game store and to the not the novice and apprentice bundles, the other ones. The warp boost bundles, jump boost bundles, except afterburn bundles, those ones. Since they came into the store, it's been much easier. Also, if you are looking to buy bundles, it is worth checking out Marquee Dragon. I do have a link, an affiliate link. You save, if you use Marquee Dragon, you save 3% off the price that you would pay in dollars from the Eve store, and I get a cut of the profit as well. But they are essentially the same bundles. But the one upside with Marquee Dragon is you get a code from Marquee Dragon to redeem. If you buy it directly from the Eve store, and it's a one account only purchase, you can then buy it again from the Marquee Dragon store, and it doesn't count against you. So you can redeem multiple. You can redeem codes. You can only still redeem one code against the account. So if it's a one reduced, so you say you buy one of the bundles, and you can only redeem it once per account. You can redeem it once through the Eve store, and then go to Marquee Dragon, get code, and redeem that code for that bundle once as well. So you can technically get it twice. I forgot what you renamed your Hawken off. I did. Mashal! Welcome in, thank you very much. You can buy bubbles that are 1 account from Marquee Dragon News Store Cash and Plex separately. That is true.
Oh, nothing. Here's your ninepence. I'm not dead. There. He says he's not dead. Yes, he is. I'm not.
If using cash, buy off Marquee Dragon. Yes. So please, if you are using, please use my bio. Sniper Chris at checkout, or use the link that you exclamation mark ND. And like I said, I get a little bit cut of pockets. Did you notice there was a discount on Omega Time through Plex yesterday with skins, and it's gone today? I know there was one advertised. Was it put on the mark? Was it put? Or was it limit? It was very limited time. And there was one advertised. I got the emails. Having multiple accounts means I get multiple emails. I get the same email 3 times. It's like, oh, well, I'm definitely the advertisement is definitely reaching me. So the in-game one, the NES one ran first. New Eden store ran first, and now it's the other one. That makes sense. So yeah, anytime that anything that is advertised on this channel, I'm very careful about what I show and advertise. I don't want to endorse anything that I wouldn't recommend using myself. And I double, triple, quadruple checked Marquee Dragon to make sure that they were above board before I signed up. Just to make sure that I wasn't accidentally recommending something that would be unsafe for people to use. So yeah, just making sure. I agree, Mr. Bossman. I agree, considering I spend that much time in here. That is true, Mendo. That's a good point. Well made. If you are returning and you have an Omega account, make sure that every Tuesday after downtime you check the NES store, the in-game, the New Eden store in-game, as you'll get Omega accounts get 15,000 free skill points every week, on top of completing the dailies and the opportunity tracker. And as long as you complete 2 of those, you get 10,000 skill points. And as long as you complete 12 days of 2 goals each, you'll get 75,000 skill points for Alpha, plus another 150 skill points, 150,000 skill points if you have Omega as well. And also note that the Air Career Program, which will be new to you, Zafar Khan, offers skill point rewards as well for both Alpha and Omega. So all of this will be, the Air Career Program will be new for you if you're returning from playing the game for a while back. Yeah, it's new and has been a huge help. Yes, gets you back into the game a little bit, and yeah, definitely helpful in teaching new bits. But yeah, make sure you do those dailies. Like one daily goal is to make 3 jumps, which should be pretty much easy for anybody to use. But usually it's scan 5 signatures, which you can do easy enough in one of the starter systems without too many problems. Or shoot some NPCs, or do a mission and get 50 LP, or yeah, any of the above. Our program is 1.5 million in total. That's a fair chunk of time. That's like, what, 2 months of training? Because these packs here... Yeah, no. These packs here... The warp boost bundle, the jump boost bundle, those boost bundles. They say times 6 because essentially it's 648,000 skill points times 6, because they worked out that 648,000 skill points was what, 1 month of training. So that's essentially buying 6 months of training, 12 months of training, and there's a pack for redeemed on this character already for 3 and 1. So that definitely helps. In fact, it's giving me so many learning boosters to use up. Don't talk to me about learning boosters. Yes, I know. I'm trying to send you to the next one. There you go. This character has quite a few cerebral accelerators in the queue. But at some point I will use up. So cerebral accelerators are boosters that give boost to your stats over a period of time, and the amount of skill points that you learn is based, the skills that you learn are based on your stats. So the higher your stats, the faster you learn skills. So it's because they artificially essentially boost your stats for that type of thing, you learn skills faster. So worth having the bio skill to double the time on the good ones. Yes, well, it's worth having the bio skill to 5 anyway. That's probably one of the things that I would spend 1 million skill points on, to be honest, is putting in Bio 5. Because that will significantly reduce or double the booster time for all boosters, regardless of which ones you use. And therefore make all of those cerebral accelerators last twice as long. And all of those spell point boosts last twice as long as well. Aberdingo! Hoi! Welcome on in. Right, I think it's that time. I think I need to go and call something out. Excuse me. Well, someone's been doing I think Chrissy's doing LP. Is doing missions in the background because I keep getting skill points. But it's very much appreciated. Right. It was you. I thought it was. Because it was the only one. It was the only person I could see in fleet that wasn't in fleet. So I appreciate the extra points. So thank you for that. Right. You know what that means. Exclamation mark play. Get yourself into the Marvels giveaway. This is the Masked Marvels of the night. Last giveaway of the night. So make sure you're in. I have ships, I have skins, I have Plex. Not Plex. Not yet, anyway. Maybe. We'll see what happens when it comes to if I get Eve Partner or not. The application is in for this month. I have resubmitted again. So, you never know, it might happen. I'm also aiming for that Twitch partner part as well. So it's great to see when you get partner, the Plex giveaways will start. That is true, because you get Plex as part of being an Eve partner. And then I think you get, I can't remember what it is. You get some Plex, I think. Do you not? or do you just get skins? Did you add the roll your own kit to the wheel? I didn't add the roll your own kit to the wheel. Actually, I might save those for pop those in somewhere else. And also, I think the last place prize will win outfits going forward, because we very kindly donated a whole bunch of outfits back along. And I've been sitting on them wondering what to do with them, and then it came to me that I should give them away as the last place prizes on the wheel, for the marbles. Skins, Frega Mega, inside of view for upcoming updates, not for preview to the public. That is true. I think you can choose. I think you can choose skins, you can choose Plex. It depends on what you want to do. So, like, for example, a lot of streamers take the skins to give away, the medium miasma skins. But Mr. Dangerous D takes the Plex, as far as I know. He uses that to fund his content. So yeah, there's a bit of a mix and match. Excuse me. Sorry. I got the lurgies from the boy, and yeah. Watch out, there's a golem just landed. Panic, everyone. So, according to the spiel, you get Plex and the skins. So, I think that's quite interesting. You get 500 Plex per month to see how you fit. So, yeah, it should be good. I know, I figured. Chrissy's just turned up in an Esther as well. We've got protection, people. The protections are here. Exclamation mark play, though. Get yourself into that marble to give away. I have stuff. Hey, Saviak. Welcome on. The more people that are in, the more prizes I give out. Oh, nice. Brought the golem down. And one account subbed, yeah. So Sniper with a Y would be subbed for sure, obviously, because that's the one that produces the main content. And then if I needed to use, and then my personal, and then I would put in personal updates for Sniper with an I. Just make it a little bit cheaper, which would be nice. To run all the accounts at the same time. So we'll see. We're waiting on the application. There is.
The asteroid is depleted.
I resubmitted the application again the other day, so hopefully they'll get to it soon. The Alliance tournament's been announced. I heard rumour that from somebody that they wouldn't look at it until after Alliance tournament anyway. So that was interesting.
The asteroid is depleted.
So we'll see if that's going to come out. We'll see if we get anything after the Alliance tournament. Need to put red receipts on them. Well, it'd be nice if you didn't just get a splash screen that said your application has been received. Like you actually got an email back to the account, the email that you put in there to say, yes, we've accepted you, or yes, we've received your application. Girl Pilot, welcome on in. Yeah, I think it's something that they could do better. I think their community feedback is something that they could do better on anyway. The info emails that go out are good. They're pretty good at sending those out. But I do think that they could work on essentially their customer service or their community. They could do a little bit more about community management. A little bit more. I think maybe a dedicated community manager, a dedicated community manager wouldn't go too far or wrong. So they don't really have, as far as I understand, from anybody's job role, they don't really have somebody who is a community manager that is just there to help deal with community interaction with them. Whereas a lot of other games do. But they could probably... Alliance Tournament is... Fancy going and getting a Dear Brian letter. Alliance Tournament is close to the weekend, I want to say. Is it not this weekend?
The asteroid is depleted.
Why did I read that it was this weekend? I honestly thought it was this weekend. I think it's probably on the Discord, actually. Rather than in their news channels. Yeah, this weekend. Yeah. I did think it was. Wasn't entirely sure. Couldn't remember exactly. We need to stop TSM being the null influence group. For a start, just having 10 goons on it does not help the game. A lot of that depends on who votes for who, but the fact that the main blocks vote for each other, as in like, if somebody's in goons, they're going to vote for goons. So yeah, I agree. Thank you. 24th, 25th, 26th. Yeah, this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Also tune in for that as well, because there's usually drops or something going on. Skins and other bits and pieces that you can get just by tuning in. I noticed that they haven't switched the skin redeem back on again yet. So I'm massing skill points without anything to redeem against. Or massive channel points without anything to redeem against. So that's interesting. That is true, Stoffel. Exclamation mark play because you said so? That's a good start. I did Booga, yes.
Ads started for 90 seconds.
It would make stuff. The in-game calendar used to have a whole bunch of stuff on it. It used to. I mean, there's still filters here there's still filters, this little chunk here saying only put in CCP stuff in. But the only thing that you can do now is only add your own event. You can only add your own events in there now. Maybe they should look at fixing that going forward. My drones are not meant to be mining anymore. I was only mining dents on that character, so they're all done now. Exclamation mark play if you wish to get into the giveaway.
Asteroid is depleted.
We have giveaways to do. This will be the last field, the asteroid field as well, just for those of us in fleet. Just so you know. Because it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, and 1 o'clock in the morning is when I tend to stop streaming. Or it's close to.
The asteroid is depleted.
Young Puke for me. Young Puke 2 for me. I'm going for mid-sized alliances.
Adverts have ended.
There is some. I didn't see all of the interviews, but I did see there was a few people that sort of mentioned that they would want the mining hold. 78 million is worth of ore in the mining hold. Not bad. I'll take that. That is very kind of you, Chrissy. That's very kind. I saw an interview where the game just took over and started doing a slideshow on how supercaps cost so much. Well, they get 15 minutes. I suppose that's what that's what they want to do. And technically, I'm a goon. I'm just not a goon on this character or that character. I'm a goon on my other character. But yes, I mean, it's okay. I'll let you off. I mean, to be fair, now being in a large corporation alliance coalition and the sort of interaction, I think there is something that the bigger corporations could do better. I think generally over a certain size they become too difficult to handle. They obviously get a significant amount of power projection in nullsec over that area, but actually it makes them very difficult. Essentially, all it does really is give a more safe area of space for you to do EVE activity in, and the payoff is that you occasionally have to do stuff for the fleet, and you have to do stuff for the corp, like participate in fleet events. But actually, I'm finding that I'm enjoying the game much more in HiSec than I am in null. I don't know. Whereas every time I'm docking a Mart, I get flashbanged. Yeah, it's not as crazy as it used to be. I've still lost marauders to gate camps in High-Sec, so it's definitely not safe. But it is probably better than it was. So I think if you go to CCP's channel, they've got the VODs of everybody's interviews. So it'd be worth checking out. Dark Ivan is up for he did his interview. Khaleesi Easy, Rose Imahara, she is up for she's standing, as we've raided her a few times as well. I think Frippy's going again. We've raided Frippy a couple of times in the past. So again, there's some people there. People there. Three to 5 dot ships or kill all haulers. Yes. They're easy targets at the end of the day. People are just happy to have something to blow up. And there's a lot of gankers and that type of people available around. Hauling safely is still just about making it not worth it for the gankers. People throwing more than 10 billion in a freighter are really asking for it. Well, to be fair, Purple Frog or Red Frog did actually safely deliver my Barbaroga that I got gifted from Staxed to here, which was a fair few jumps. So, yeah, that was helpful. It was. They obviously make sure that they've got a big route, but I would definitely use that Red Frog service again. And if anybody is interested in doing hauling as part of their EVE experience, and that's what they want to do and haul stuff around, then they could probably do worse than apply to someone like Red Frog, Black Frog, Purple Frog, to haul stuff around. Or help. But Bloody, thank you very much for the follow. That's very kind of you. Exclamation mark play, get yourself into the marbles giveaway. I'm watching the rocks disappear. So we're going to probably move over to the marbles right now. Get yourselves in. Last chance. We've got ships. We've got skins. I've even got ISK to give away. So get yourselves in. All I need is you'll need to be in there, in it to win it. In it to win it. Here comes the marbles. Can't find the CSM interviews. Okay, interesting. Have a look. Right, we're all starting in the middle here. I'm guessing that we're all going to get spat out the top, and then go down through all of these multiple squiggly stairs, which kind of look quite cool. This will then fall us down into the funnel, through the split tracks. Get down the middle if you can, because you don't have to go through the spirals. Over the wheels, all big drop into the big pot, then into the square funnel, round the squirrelies here, through the concentric spinner, into the big bingo ball, which is a good equalizer. Hopefully through the rocks, not into them. Through over here, then through to the water wheel, through the little squiggly path, through into the cannon, and then hopefully into the bucket at the end. Exclamation mark play, get yourself in. There's 27 of you in so far. Get yourself into the Gargoyles giveaway. I had the CSM interviews playing on in the background. It'd be nice if I could find them to watch them again. Maybe they're on the Discord. I don't know. Well, a couple of people. Well, Dark Ivan actually approached me for an interview, as in for me to do an interview for him, of him. I probably missed out on the bucket on that one, but actually, I think that's something that, having thought about it and thinking about it for maybe next time, it might be something that we have on the channel. I could interview people. because everyone knows my stance on high sec and such like. Right, everyone is off. Everybody has started. We're all down through the spirals. 27 of you in the race. Everyone's making their way down the stairs. We're going to see who makes it into the funnel first. I'll keep an eye on that down there. Reese's marble.
I'm not dead!
I'm glad to hear it. But whatever happens, we will see. Maybe greasing a marble's not necessarily a good thing. Maybe to slide too much around the corners. Who knows? Right. Stadar, Darksider, Zapakan, Alchemist gone. Everyone's dropping down here. Most of the people have made it off the stairs now. They're all funneling down the funnel. But Amrathir is first, with Stoffel not too far behind. Boogar, Aberdingo, Cyberlink J, Chrissy, Stalatra, Stadar. Oh, my name is Don Rico, Dave Itu, Stoffel, Saviak, Dwarf, and now I've lost track of who's where. There's still a few in the funnel. Darksider, Lando, Lotor, Bostman, Kemfin, Exhale, are in the middle there. No one chose the middle track. Stoppel's into the big bucket first with Amrithia in... Oh, right. Aberdingo's there, Boogar, Stadar, long version. That's not a mom. It's the alert. Well done, Chrissy. You got the long one. If just to explain that, if any of the points redeems has an asterisk at the end, there is a small chance of getting a longer version of that sound alert. Just so you know. Like that. But that's short. Sorry. Right, into the bingo balls. Stoffel's in there. Aberdingo's not too far behind. My username is Gong, Zolatra, Cyberlink Day, Stadar, Don Rico, Alchemist, Day E2. Bingo ball's a big equalizer though. It tends to hold some people up and not allow other people out. But Stoffel's out first. Does he go through the rocks around them? Through them, apparently. Stadar is there as well. Zolatra, Zapakan. My username is Gone is in. We're getting towards the last of the water wheels now, with Stoffel in lead, holding on to everything else. I'm going to switch all my bits and pieces off. Right, Stoffel is heading towards the cannon. It's his to lose. Stoffel the Honey Badger fires in for the win. 19 seconds off the world record. Stadar is in second. Zolatra in third.
Yeah, you
now we're looking for 10th place finish.
Fuck off up the model village.
It could be. It looks like it's going to be me at the moment, which is not fun. Okay, just checking. I heard a sound alert and I was like, oh my god! Sorry, it's me. So, get yourselves in. Right. I'm just going to get my ships home safe so they don't get shot at by this single blood worshipper. And then we'll come back to the mothers. Well, I mean, we're relatively safe. Chrissy's there, but still, just make sure everybody's home safe. Alright, but Stoffel the Honey Badger's in, and Darksider, Mr. Bossman, Lando, and Kenfin didn't finish, I'm afraid. I think you got taken out by the Wall of Flame. My apologies. But Stoffel is the winner. Congratulations, Mr. Stoffel the Honey Badger. 10th place goes to me, which means that is deferred to Lotor. Lotor, you win the prize for 10th place because I stole it from you, so you win a bonus 50 million ISK. Congratulations. On top of the 50 million ISK you get for finishing. 20th place goes to Satanic Minion. And last place prize goes to Mendo Kasai. Mendo Kasai. So, exclamation mark IGN. Get yourself into the chat if I've called out your name to win your prize. If you haven't got it registered, type in exclamation mark IGN, put space in, and then your in-game username, and the bot will remember you in all channels that run the bot, including CCP's official channel. They use the bot too. And you can thank Lumicode for making sure that the bot works. Satanic's there. Mendo Kasai and Lotor. It goes down, Truth. It goes down, Dave. It goes down, not up. Awesome. Fantastic, guys. Thank you very much. Let's sort out the giveaways. I can see all the winners have IGN'd in chat. That's perfect. All my ships all docked up nice and safe as well. That's very helpful. And we're not getting shot at by rats. Go back to the giveaway spin wheel. Right, let's see what Mr. Stoffel has won. Spin the wheel for him. Stoffel, you have won yourself a ship. Not one of your own skins back, it's fine. It is the Caracol Navy issue. Congratulations. Higgs boson, not Higgs's boson. We know which one. That is in Jita for you, and that contract will be up for a month. All of this you know, but some others may not. So I'd like to make sure that everybody does know. And I'll continue to repeat it every single time. That has been a Sniper Cruise stream giveaway. I shall head us back to you. There we go. Next. Finish that contract up for a week, so you have a whole week to claim. If the winner was not online right this second, and I can see his name, so I know he is. But yes. Anyway, all my contracts will last for a week. I have enough contracts to be able to give out plenty. There we go, one Caracol Navy issue. Most of my ships should be flyable by even relatively new characters, or relatively new characters without too much training. So should be fairly easy. If you were to win one in my channel, it should be okay. Lotor is in. I see Lotor, I see Mendo Kasai, and I see Satanic Minion. Perfect. Yeah, so Dave, Itsu, if you wanted to try and wanted to try and win, you had to wait for the other first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth not to claim that prize, and then you might win. Lotor, just double checking, is that you? Because there is a lot of Lotors, and I want to make sure I give it to the right one. We have Lotor, we have Allura Lotor, Aria Lotoru, Aris Lotor, Dasprosian Lotor, Giorgio Lotoris, Howard Lotor, Jaden Lotori, Lotor. Cool. Just want to make sure. There's a lot of Lotors. We go Lotor. The 50 million ISK is all towards you. Profit, Mendo Kasai. You're the next one I just see, so I will do that one. There we go. Profit. Give you money. 15 million in ISK to you. Sniper stream giveaway. Congratulations. And then finally, Ariana Pandor. There we go. Perfect. Give money. 50 million in ISK. Keep typing the zeros until they come up. Don't type too many. I haven't got that much money. There we go. Prizes have been given. Enjoy, everybody. Enjoy. Put all of that money to good use. But thank you very much, everybody, for being here. We are going to look at raiding out now to some other lucky person. We'll see how that goes. Let's find a raid channel now. Same category. We go to another e-streamer. Try and give you someone who's got drops on. And it's back streaming Eve. Wow, cool. Darthrock is on. Mr. Donk is on. Dark Ivan is on. Speaking of which, he's playing his... I think he's playing his own... I think he's playing his own interview. We'll go... Dark Ivan was here earlier, so we'll go and raid Dark Ivan. Excuse me. So, please enjoy. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. I do greatly appreciate it. You're not allowed on my stream until I got to go to work. Ouch. That's like... That's another... 8 hours? Yeah, 8 hours. Ouch. That's quite long. That's scary. Let's head to the stream ending. Make sure that we're over there and set that one up. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. It's been great having you in. We can clear all the belts in that. We can clear all the belts in that time. We probably could. Sleep stream. You do not want to see me sleep. That is not going to be a fun view. Followers: Scarecrow. Thank you for Scarecrow, Zapakar, Bloody, Marshall, Amarthea, Davis Sal, Syndeco, Lando, Kalgod, Ebental, Darksider, Gamers Kingdom, Ken Park Jr. Interesting that it's got the YouTube ones in there. And this is Lazy Mooful, of course. Most important. Thank you very much for the raid. But until tomorrow, look after yourselves, fly safe, and I shall see you all again very soon.
Marty.